I'm Casey Hubble. I'm the grants manager at the Troy Foundation. My job is basically to oversee grant making and act as a link between the foundation and the nonprofit organizations that serve Troy and Miami County.
I'm Kim Meyer. I'm the Donor Relations Officer here, and I have the privilege of working with our roughly 15 affiliate funds.
I'm Melissa Klebs. I'm the Executive Director of the Troy Foundation, and my role is to oversee the administrative side of the foundation. I work closely with donors to start new funds, and also with community organizations, but also committees that help to plan things to better the community.
Hi, I'm Julie Razor. I'm the Donor Services Assistant. My job involves processing all gifts that come into the foundation, as well as handling charitable checking funds and helping with fundraising for nonprofits.
Hi, I'm Lucas Keller. I am the administrative assistant here at the Troy Foundation. So I am the first person that people see when they come through the door, and I handle some of the behind-the-scenes administrative tasks here.
The foundation was started in 1924 by a gentleman by the name of Augustus Stouter, and received its first gift in 1931. And we've grown since 1931 of that initial gift of $131,000 to over $120 million today. Our grant making goes to organizations that serve the residents of Troy. And last year in 2020, we granted nearly $8 million back out into the community. The foundation has also awarded this past year nearly $870,000 worth of continuing education scholarships, and that is administered by Lisa Reynolds, who's not here today. And Lisa is our scholarship manager and has been with the foundation for over 10 years. So the Troy Foundation grants quality of life grants. So quality of life to one individual may be having food and shelter, and others may be the recreational facilities that we have in our parks, as well as arts and culture, free concerts down on the square. I think for me, one of the most memorable, because we were able to do it so quickly, was when the Lincoln train came to town and was parked over next to the courthouse, and it became available, and within probably about 2 weeks we were able to have the distribution committee review the grant and bring that to the community, and we were the first community to have the Lincoln train here.
The one that really brought tears to my eyes was early on when I was here. It was the Miami Bucks. I believe that was the name of it. And they fit bicycles to special needs children, and they brought a few of them here and presented their bikes, and it was the most heartwarming to see that these children that were fitted with these special bikes could go on bike rides with their families.
You want to talk a little bit about how we facilitate grant making through our affiliate funds, because it's not just our funds that make up that $8 or $9 million each year. It's the grants that come out of our affiliate funds as well.
So we have roughly 15 affiliate funds here at the foundation, and what that means is different communities that may not be privileged to have a community foundation in their own hometown, they have used us for their umbrella, and so we provide backroom support for them. So I see the grants that are going to Tip City, Minster, Jackson Center, Anna, and to think that we have that long of arms to reach these communities and provide them support is really heartwarming, because we're not just centered in Troy then. So these affiliate funds rely on us for that backroom support, and they are able to function and really carry out the grants in their community because we do provide that backroom support for them.
Early on in the pandemic, the Troy Foundation set aside $100,000 to create the Troy Emergency Response Fund, which allowed us to respond quickly to the needs of the nonprofit community during the initial stages of the pandemic. We challenged the community, and they rose to the occasion and donated an additional $139,000 And the staff here at the foundation was responsible for awarding grants, sometimes on a 24-hour turnaround time. And Casey, you want to talk a little bit about the grant that you most remember?
My favorite grant that we awarded was to the YWCA. I think it was for $3,000. It was kind of starting point in the coronavirus, where other organizations were not just reaching out to the community, but they were also reaching out to the other nonprofits and forming mainly a partnership. Something that they didn't do on a daily basis, but they partnered up with Family Abuse Shelter and were able to, our grant was able to allow them to buy supplies, food, anything they needed to prepare the meals and do the meal planning and preparation for the Family Abuse Shelter, so the Family Abuse Shelter could concentrate on the needs of their residents there.
And I think that was a really great example of how the nonprofits rose to the community, or to the occasion for the community. And really early on, I think our staff realized that the nonprofits weren't really considered essential or deemed essential workers, and were having trouble getting access to PPE. And we served as a broker of sorts for face masks and hand sanitizer. We formed a partnership with the Indian Creek Distillery when they decided to start making hand sanitizer, and they donated 100 bottles to us, which we then in turn distributed out into the community nonprofits to keep them safe. We had a great relationship with Steve Smith and the Caroline to purchase to-go containers, so that food pantries and the soup kitchen and Richard's Chapel and various organizations that were serving meals to their clients and the residents in their area, meals to go through drive-through situations. So I think really early on, we realized our role was to support the immediate needs of the nonprofit organizations, and we were able to get the funds out the door very quickly, and sometimes really even that same day.
Our work that we do here didn't go unnoticed. I mean, they understand how the Troy Foundation is helping all community members.
Yeah, and I totally agree. I think being recognized for what we come in every day and just think about doing because it's our job. It was very surprising when we were notified that we won, or that we had been nominated and were selected. But I think that it just kind of solidifies the place that the Troy Foundation holds within the community, and we are truly blessed with the commitment from our community to not only use us to create their own funds, but to donate to us so that we are able to continue to provide the quality of life grants that we do.